As I was thinking about what I wanted to say tonight, I realized that I want to say exactly what I said Thursday morning. And since there were only four of us there, I'm going to play the beginning of that session as well, and then we'll go from there. So, good morning. We are continuing our process of life review as part of imagining that we have a year to live. And as I was pondering how this is affecting me and what this might be for in me, I'm aware that it is finishing some business. And it's helping me to both be lighter so that there are things that I'm understanding that I have been carrying that I don't have to carry anymore, and then I can let go. And I truly believe that as I let go of that now, as I pass into death, it will be an easier passage because I don't have those things weighing me down or holding me back. My work will be finished. But I'm wondering about for others who don't know how long they have on this earth, how this process might be really helpful for them. And of course, it's the same thing. What if you get to live the rest of your life much lighter, with some business finished, knowing that you've taken care of things, knowing that you've thanked the people that you need to thank, knowing that you get to have this heart of gratitude. And also the one we're going into today, which is forgiveness. And I think that as we do this practice, forgiveness will become an easier and easier. It may become an automatic thing that we do. It's much easier for us to forgive the small things, the little things. And then with practice, we can also begin to forgive the greater hurts. The process that is in the book is quite long and fairly intense. We're going to break it down into 3 sections. And the first one is forgiving others. The next one will be asking forgiveness of others. And then the final one is forgiving ourselves. So we're going to start with this one where we forgive others, and I'm going to read the introduction from Stephen Levine. Forgiveness renews life by finishing unfinished business. Forgiveness renews life by finishing unfinished business. Even an unsuccessful attempt at forgiveness has the considerable power of its own intention. We cannot force forgiveness. I've tried this myself, and it is very true. We cannot say, I'm just going to forgive them. But he has an interesting reason for this. He says, because force closes the heart. But we can explore its possibilities, its capacity to heal the forgiver and sometimes the forgiven. We may insist that we are not in pain, but that is a measure of how numb we have become and how much we have had to harden the belly and to armor against our grief. This armoring is the second skin we have grown, devoid of nerve ends, impenetrable, which lets nothing in and nothing out. But death is a gentle kick in the ass, if we can still feel it. It reminds us to forgive now before it's too late to say, I forgive you, or free ourselves from self-recrimination. Forgiveness does not condone unkind actions, but it does embrace the momentary actor whose unskillful ways led to such unskillful conduct. And that may be ourselves, and that may be others. It is mercy in action, in the same way that compassion is wisdom in action. Forgiveness is mercy in action, in the same way that compassion is wisdom in action. So we did that first part of forgiving others on Thursday morning, and it's recorded and available. And today we're going to move into asking for forgiveness. And it may be very hard for us to think of ourselves as someone who has hurt others. Or perhaps we're people who beat ourselves up continually over fears that we've hurt people, or that they may have negative thoughts about us or resent us. But no matter which of those we are, or somewhere in between, let's be very clear. To be human is to hurt and fail others. It's just what it is to be human and to interact with one another as humans. We all do it, and we will all likely continue to do it, no matter how unintentionally, because we cannot know how people will respond to us. So I am very sure that none of us listening to this intend hurt or harm, but it happens. It just happens. And so I invite us to go into this practice with very, very open hearts and minds. And we want to see what love will show us about whom we might need to ask forgiveness of. I'm very, very interested myself to see who and what is going to show up here. So people may come to mind right away, or in this practice, who you have tried to resolve things with, and maybe there are people who have refused to forgive you, refused to work things out. So the practice that we're going to do is to imagine that they do forgive you. So when we get to that point in the practice, I really encourage you to not get hung up on an idea that they won't forgive you. The practice is to imagine interacting with them in a way that they do forgive. So we're going to do a brief part of the surrendered presence practice, and then we'll move into the practice of asking forgiveness of others. And so, in order to feel very present and very safe in doing a practice like this, we remind ourselves of the presence of love. And taking a breath in and letting it out, we imagine that we are dropping down into the center of love, just like a drop of water drops into the center of the ocean. And then we take another deep breath in. And as we let it out, we imagine that we are becoming one with that ocean of love. There's no separation between us and love, to the point that we are. So I invite you now to drop into your own experience. And this simply means to notice and name to yourself anything that's happening in your being right now. What you can see, hear, touch, smell, any emotions that you feel, any inner sensations. Simply notice what's happening for you. This is our first step into coming here and now. And we deepen our presence by giving our loving awareness to our bodies. So we notice our feet. We notice our lower legs and our upper legs. We notice our hips and our pelvis. We notice our belly. And we notice the organs of the belly. We bring our loving awareness to our chest. And our beating heart. Our shoulders, our arms, and our hands. We notice our back beginning with the tailbone, following the spine all the way up to notice the muscles, the ribs, the scapula. We lovingly notice our neck, our scalp, and we let that awareness rest on our face. And now we notice ourselves as one whole physical being. So feel this body, your body, taking up space here, now. This is what it feels like to be present in and with your body. So we ground ourselves here and begin to include our inner experiences. So I invite us to begin with our heart. And just to notice whatever is in or on our heart right now. And to have no judgment about what is there or what is not there. To just give our complete attention to our own heart for this next moment or so. And remaining aware of the body and the heart, beginning to sense the part of you that is aliveness, this part of you that is spirit. It's a flow, it's a vibration, it's something that is subtle to sense, but very, very real in us, not dependent on how energetic the physical body is. It's the spiritual part of us. So just connect with that for a moment or so. And then noticing your mind. Simply noticing your mind. Thoughts may be present. Just notice if there's extra space between thoughts, a gentle hush coming into the mind as we attend deeply to the other parts of our being. And then experiencing yourself as a whole being, which includes yourself as body, heart, spirit, mind, all here now. This is our presence. And just let yourself begin to rest in your own presence. This is nothing you have to hang on to. We didn't create the state of being present. It's always here. We're just noticing it. So remaining grounded in your full being. Notice now how you're being drawn into the earth and held here by the force of gravity. Always the most important part of this piece is that we feel that gravity is holding us. And we notice what it's like to be held. And if we really believe we're held, we can begin to relax our body, can begin to give ourselves over to the holding of the earth. As our body relaxes, the rest of our being begins to relax. We open. We open to love. We open to possibility. And we relax into the state of being present. So let's just rest here for a moment. And recalling the presence of love and calling upon the wisdom of love. We ask love to bring to mind, bring to heart, someone who may have resentment towards us, someone who we may have hurt or harmed, however unintentionally. Don't try to rush this. Don't try to work on it with your mind. Just take time to allow the person to arise in your heart. And as they arise, begin to invite them into your heart. And as they become more present here with you, notice any part of your being that may want to hold back from forgiveness. Notice if your mind has something to say about it. Notice if your belly tightens up. The old arguments arise. All that's needed here now is mercy. Mercy for yourself, mercy for those you may have harmed. And then we invite ourselves to return again to openness and relaxation, to soften all parts of our being, to welcome in love and forgiveness. And in this harm that we may have caused, remember what pain we ourselves were in when we caused difficulty for another. And if it feels safe enough, allow yourself to feel the pain in the other that it may have caused. And meet that pain with compassion for yourself, forgiveness for yourself, recalling that we are human. And then begin to sink into the ocean of love, of compassion that can hold all of this. So now we're going to speak to the person that we've harmed. And we're going to begin by feeling a great desire for their well-being. We want what is best for them. And then we're going to listen to their side of the story, and not the story so much as what it is they felt, what their hurt felt like to them. All the things they may have felt around this interaction with us. To see if it's possible to allow ourselves to feel that hurt. And then to ask forgiveness. To say to them, I ask your forgiveness. I ask that you forgive me for whatever I may have done, intentionally or unintentionally, that caused you pain. I'm sorry. And then let yourself be touched by the possibility of their forgiveness. This is so important. We may not have this interaction with this person in this lifetime. In real life, they may have already passed on. But allow yourself to be forgiven by them. Don't hang on to the fact that you need to keep suffering because you've hurt someone. Let it go. Let go of anything you now see as life is short, anything that is in need of resolution. Let the forgiveness in. Again, whether or not you can imagine this person forgiving you in real life, imagine their forgiveness flowing into you, opening you up, softening, creating more space for love. all of this process that we do with the life review is intended to create more space in us to let go of what is heavy and holding us back, the things we may not even have known were there, to lighten our load in this lifetime. And when it comes our time to pass into death, the message here is to receive love and forgiveness and to let it go. Now saying goodbye to the person you've been interacting with for now and sending them on their way with many blessings. Thank you so much for practicing with me and supporting my own practice. I love you all.